Okay, really quick, I want to share how the assignment works. So the first three are pretty boring and regular. This last one is where things get interesting. So they're going to say, based on the value of the discriminant, what is the nature of the roots? And so it's going to tell you the discriminant. This time it's 32, and I know from my notes earlier that if it's positive, that means it must have two solutions, right? The problem is what they give me on the computer isn't that black and white. So here's the code to read what they say. If they say imaginary, imaginary means no solution. There's no real one that you can have. When we get back to 4-4, we're going to talk about imaginary numbers. But for now, imaginary means no solution. If they have real, rational, equal roots, equal means it was the same number. So like if it was 0, if the discriminant is 0 where you have one solution, that's where it says equal roots, equal roots. So then these diagonal ones, these are the ones that are different. If it says, like they're both going to say real and unequal. Unequal means two solutions. If it's rational, that means it's a nice, happy, not necessarily whole number, but it has a nice square root, whereas irrational does not have a nice, happy square root. So what you're going to want to quick do is grab your calculator or know your square numbers in your head. And if I try the square root of 32, I get a pretty ugly decimal, right? So this one would be an irrational root. Whereas 64, the square root of 64 is just a nice happy 8. So I want unequal roots that are rational. Oops, so that would be the wrong one. Unequal rational roots. So that's what that assignment wants. Then the second one is going to give you a graph. Based on the graph, what could the value be of the discriminant? Okay, I see that it has no solution, so I'm looking for a negative number. So pick the negative number. Still no solution. I was hoping, there we go. Now it crosses the graph twice, which means it has two solutions, which means my discriminant must have been a positive number, which means the answer is 13. That's all you do for those ones.